Hello, I'm Brendan Shelton. This is my project for Task 1 in Extended Diploma in Music Production and Performance. Context. Throughout my previous projects in this college, I have learned how to mix and master my tracks and record in the studio. And I've done a lot of music theory in piano notes and figuring out how to create better melodies. And I do a lot of EDM. It's my passion. And I've been listening to EDM music for at least 6 years now, and I've just I listen to other artists and build up on what they do. So yeah, basically for my EP I'm going to create 3 tracks with the knowledge I've gathered from previous years here. I'll be doing a remix, which is EDM, of Runaway by Galantis. Then I'll be creating a track, writing vocals, and getting somebody to rap or sing over it. And for my last track, I'll be getting someone to play a guitar over a melody that I create. And then I'm going to get a friend of mine to help me write the lyrics because I do not know how to write lyrics whatsoever. This person's called Alyssa. She's not in the college anymore though, but she's going to help me. I'm also going to set myself goals each week so I can complete them and know where I'm at each week. This is so I can go back on them, and if I do a diary sheet that's late, I can go back to my goals and figure out what I've done. And also with my goals, it will be to I can complete tasks during each week to figure out like why and what I'm going to do basically. Yeah, I also know how to work in a professional studio because I've been here this is my 3rd year now, very long time, disappointing. So I know how to work all the equipment, I know how to record guitars, what microphones to use, I know to basically set up everything. Yeah. For my research, to complete the task, I'll need to use primary and secondary resources. I'll be using questionnaires and conducting interviews for my primary resources. I'll be doing 2 questionnaires and 1 interview, which I've already done, but I'll describe that more later. And for my secondary, I'll be using websites like YouTube, books, magazines, which other people have found for me, which I'll also be using Avicii because he's one of the main EDM artists that I listen to. Obviously Galantis as well. I'll listen to Martin Garrix as well. I'll also describe why these sources are helpful to me and how they'll help me during the project, which is Avicii will help me because he's a huge EDM artist and he remixed a lot of songs as well. It's the same with Martin Garrix. It's great. Problem solving. Once I have identified a problem that I may have, I will generate solutions and fix the problem that's happening. So I'll create loads of solutions to a problem that I have and go by them step by step to see what works and what doesn't work. And then collaborative problem solving, which is if I can't fix a problem, I'll go to one of my peers and see if they can fix the problem after. Scroll down. Oh, go back a minute. Framework this is where I will employ structured frameworks like the SWOT method to systematically explore the problem. This is basically just like a mind graph. You jot down all your ideas and see what you could do with them. For my planning and production, I'll create a recording plan, which is setting out, jotting down loads of weeks and writing down what I'm going to do during those weeks. And then I'll I'll also do scheduled diary sheets, so I can write down what I've done in each week to see if I'm in track, and if I'm behind, I'll just go back and then figure out what I've done. I'll also experiment with different production techniques, like I'll experiment with chords, melodies, vocals, plugins like EQ and compression. On pianos, I'll most likely use reverb because I like how it drags along, and I'll be sidechaining the bass. And then with the vocals, I'll sidechain them and add a reverb and a compressor on it so it sticks to my track. And then I'll gather reference tracks, which will be my Avicii tracks and my Martin Garrix tracks. Then with the remix tracks, I'm just going to do it myself because I don't listen to a lot of remix artists. So I'm going to gather their tracks and see if I can nick some ideas off them. For practical skills, I've learned a lot of techniques that will help me, like microphone techniques and just recording techniques in general, which is basically for a singer, if you put your fist in front of the microphone and stand close to your fist, that's how far away you should be. And you need a pop shield for your microphone as well, so your plosives don't come through. I'm also going to write lyrics in my planning and production as well, because you need to plan your lyrics beforehand, because if you write in the studio, then you're not going to have as much time in there, so you need to write them beforehand, because you won't have enough time otherwise. I might create an instrumental, so if I do, that'll just be showing my techniques off with synths and basically just all my melodies and chords together. With this project, I will evaluate and reflect it by posting videos on YouTube, putting it on my Wix. I also need to think about what went wrong during my videos, what went right, and how I could improve on them as well. I'm going to be writing, well, I can see what went wrong in my diary sheets, and there's also a section in the FMP called problem solving, and I'll write about the problems that I've had and the problems that occurred and the problems that might occur as well, and I'll be writing in that in my evaluation, because it's main points that you need to hit, and you need to write about how you achieved and got around your problems and how to avoid it in the future. Oh, and my evaluation will be obtaining feedback from my feedback and the people that I've worked with feedback to see if they think I've added anything wrong or if I think they did anything wrong. And then I'll give myself a self-assessment, and I'll assess in a summative format and a formative format. So I'll describe what went wrong during the project and as altogether, including coming to college and everything. And just scroll down a bit. Up a bit more. There we go. Presentation. To present my work, I'll be using an online website called Wix to upload diary sheets and YouTube videos of my progress I have made during the project. Then I'll present my Word documents to provide the information that I've done. On the Word document, there'll be the diary sheets that I've written weekly, and it'll just be everything that went wrong, what went right, everything I did with recording the vocals, to how I remixed the song, and to what I used to record a guitar, which would just be a microphone amp, a microphone booth. Action timetable, week 1. This week I'll be starting and hopefully finishing my project proposal. This is so I can propose it on the right date, which should be, at that point, it was like 2-3 weeks away. And I'll need to do this written timetable, which you can see I've done, and I'll be writing about each task that I do during the project, and I think there's 6 of them to do. So in this timetable, it will show all 6 projects that I need to do, and it will describe the guidelines that I need to complete as well. The equipment I'll need is a Mac, the internet, a keyboard, Word, books, magazines, and yeah, I'll just research further into what I need for the project. Week 2, I'm going to try and start my planning and production context. This is so I can give everyone a clear display of what I want from my project. I also need to go through back to my project proposal to see if it's ready to be presented as well. And then right here I've put, because I'll be at home, that was actually the week after. So, but during that week off, it's going to be more difficult for me to complete my task because my Mac at home doesn't work very well. So I can't write much, I can't research much, but I'm going to try my best to carry on with my planning and production. And for that to be completed, I'll need the internet, a Mac, a keyboard, a mouse, basically just Google and Word as well after that. For week 3, I'll be finishing off my planning and production and starting off my problem solving unit. I'm trying to get most of this stuff done quickly because we don't have long, but we have a lot to write. But yeah, I'll be writing about problems with setting up equipment, problems that I'll occur during making beats on Logic. And then I'll also be presenting this week, which you can see now. And then to complete this task, I need quite a bit because I need a Word, Mac, mouse, keyboard, YouTube, website links. Also need my phone to record the presentation, as you can see as well. And then I'll need Wix, because I need to put all of this onto Wix and get it handed in by Friday, which is tomorrow for me, so I can complete this project. Let's go to week 4, please. This week, on the 2nd of March 2026, I plan to finish my problem solving unit and move on to my research unit. I need to move on to research because I need to know what plugins I'm going to use, what equipment, like microphones and XLR leads. I'm going to need to know what each track needs. So obviously the guitar track, I need a guitar, an amp, a microphone, XLR leads. For vocals, I'm going to need an Electro Voice, XLR leads, the microphone booth, microphone stands, and then let's keep on this for a minute. I'll also need to get inspirations for my FMP during this section as well. This is, for instance, if I listen to Avicii and I like a melody he's made, I can create one similar but add my own elements into it. And that's my plan. And to complete this, I'll need a Mac, a mouse, the internet,